Hi there. Just wanted to talk about October the 7th. It is unreal that what occurred that day and what has transpired since then. Um, as you know, Israel was breached by this terrorist group, and they, in a military campaign, went after non combatants on the southern border of Israel. And these non combatants, fun loving, peaceniks at best, liberal at the highest level, kindest people you could find, were subjected to execution style, medieval style murders from this group who had been planning this for years and using money from the international community to bore tunnels in their streets, under mosques, under hospitals in Gaza to create a massive bunker. So that day they went in, it was a complete murderous outpouring by these criminals, these complete vile and inhuman individuals. That day when they entered the kibbutz communities in that area, which is primarily what makes up that area, and they went to Nova Fest, a festival for just partiers having a good time. They went in there, they shot, maimed, blew up, burned, cut off people's heads, babies' heads, burned individuals alive, let little children watch their parents get executed in front of them, cut, like I said, appendages off, dragged a girl through the streets of Gaza, maimed, dead, while men in the streets in Gaza were spitting on her. Appears that no women are there on the streets, as we know what their plight is in Gaza. And anybody in the West that is fooled by this, if you'd have spent a day in Israel prior to the breaking of the peace in October the 6th, obviously they want a peace treaty now, but October 6th there was one. You spend one day in Gaza as a woman, prior to that, you'd be running for your life. Trust me. So, as I said, the crimes that occurred that day went on all day. There was only 2 battalions in the south, and this whole argument that, you know, the government should have known, they should have more battalions there. No, they have a terrorist group even worse in the north. They have 22 battalions up there to defend themselves against Hezbollah, who's far more greater than Hamas in terms of veracity of weapons and military prowess. No one talks about all the missiles they've sent in since the campaign started. There's hundreds of thousands of people displaced from that area in northern Israel, and that will continue. So that day on October 7th, it was a murderous rampage that was celebrated on many platforms. This pales to even the Nazis, where this is revered, celebrated, and it's an act of honor that you have become a martyr, and you will go to a better place apparently based on your heinous acts. I doubt that, but there is, in their minds, there is this idea that martyrdom is far better than life. Where here in the West, we sacrifice what we can for life, but there, they seem to think that death is the way to go, to create a purpose for yourself, create that martyr idea. That's why it's difficult to negotiate with martyrs who only see death as a logical path. So it's very, very difficult to create negotiations around anything that's meaningful. So that day they took hostages. There's many hostages. We don't know. Some have been returned. Some have obviously died. That's why they haven't returned them all. But what's more glaring as well is the support in the West, primarily by these universities and higher academics. What is going through you? What is your moral compass? How can you support a death cult? It's impossible to understand this. Obviously, you just are not in understanding of history. The Jewish people have been pushed out of every country on the earth. They've been killed and executed, governed, displaced, pushed out. Just look at their history. It's riddled with them being pushed out of communities. North Africa, Eastern Europe, Western Europe. I mean, look at the St. Louis, that boat that showed up on Cuba and United States and Canada with all the Jewish people during the Second World War. They were sent back. Nobody wanted them. The anti-Semitism at that time was huge. So this is a failing of the West, that we've let these people down. And those people that were sent back on that St. Louis went to gas chambers. And here's where this death cult breaks with the Nazis. At least the Nazis tried to hide their crimes. Here they celebrate their crimes, revel, they take video, they phone home to their parents to tell them the noble deed they did by killing a Jewish person. This is off center. This is just not normal with human conduct in our day and age. This is medieval at the best. And unfortunately, their governing books look and seek out this kind of heinous activity. Why do you think Israel created that wall when they exited Gaza in 2005? They gave it to the Palestinians. The PLO took over, and Hamas went into elections with PLO, winning, and then later executing all the PLO leaders. And that's why since 2005, all they've been doing is constructing tunnels with the primary idea of annihilating Israel. So you people in the West, especially you Lulu-wearing, Frappuccino-drinking elitists, full of affluenza, not knowing what you're doing in terms of history, better get your act straight. Especially some of these academic leaders in the university. Where were you educated that you don't understand that you allow encampments and you support these encampments and you support the constant rhetoric of negativity that goes towards Israel? Israel did not want this war. Act of war was created October 7th by this terrorist group, this death cult. They laid down their arms the minute they entered as a surrender. This wouldn't have gone on. So it's a tragedy for the Palestinians who have been under the umbrella of these maniacal individuals. So please comment down below what you think. But this is unbelievable what's occurred to Israel up until now. They need to be protected because their sanctity is our sanctity. Right now, we're all in Israel, all of us. And if anyone thinks any differently, you better really understand what's at stake here. They go, we go. It's a domino effect. And I know that might sound outlandish. It's not. The premise of that group and other groups in that territory that follow that particular religion seek to dominate, and dominate in the most draconian way possible. So please comment down below, and let's support that Iron Dome for Israel. Seems like No other country needs it except them. Find a country on this planet with an Iron Dome. Please let me know which one it is. But there's a reason why there's an Iron Dome. They are not welcome in that territory. And they are indigenous to that spot. Been there for thousands of years. So please comment. Thank you for listening. All the best.